Hi, I'm Lori Brown, and thanks for finding us here at Pondercast. We are an independent podcast, which means that we are supported solely by the people who listen to us, who decide to make a small monthly donation on Patreon, and you can figure out how that happens at patreon.com/Pondercast. Or we get supported by a one-time donation off our website. Go to pondercast.ca. We hope the work that we do here supports you and that you will think about supporting us. Okay, let's go. Let's Pondercast. So this is an episode about heartbreak. It comes in many flavors, at every stage of life. It always hurts. No surprises there. Heartbreak is a major life event that happens again and again to us. And other than the worst moments of it, when we are trapped in its grip, it's something that I don't think we like to think about in times when things are good. And I wonder what we might miss when we turn away from examining how our hearts break and mend again. If we are missing a revelation that we could really use. Like the answer to the question, how has heartbreak changed my heart? Would it take some of the sting out of our suffering if we could actually normalize heartbreak somehow, beyond just talking about it or taking a course in it? I'm thinking about a kind of heartbreak ride, like you would find at Disney World. Or if Peter Gabriel ever got his way and made his theme park that he's dying to make. It's an adult theme park called Real World. He was planning it with Brian Eno and Laurie Anderson, and it would have things like when you arrived, there would be a 60-foot tornado at the entrance gate. And he talked about like having a spider experience for people who are deathly afraid of spiders, and it would help to get them over it. Well, that's what I'm thinking, is that there should be a heartbreak experience in a theme park like that. Imagine climbing into an anatomically correct, heart-shaped car with 3 other people to head out on this ride. You go into a tunnel to go into the heartbreak experience, and you start with falling in love. Oh, it's amazing. The lights are magical, and that little car really moves. It turns into this mini roller coaster, and you are breathless by the time you reach the walk in the park. That scene is where the breakup happens. Oh, it was so real. The trees, the light of the sun, the awkward words. And then you hit the fog room. You have no idea if your car is moving at all. You can't see anything. And then finally this mist starts to clear, and you are in the ugly crying room. And that is intense. You can actually taste salt on your lips. The quiet bedroom part, now that was so heavy. How did they make it feel so heavy? That was the toughest spot for me. But the sound was incredible. These sighs and faraway traffic. The sound of moving around in bed. And then you hear this phone call with your mother. It sounds like it's right in your ear. That tore me apart. Suddenly the car goes right out into the outside world again. And coming into the light was blinding and surreal. Surreal because you're in a theme park, but also surreal in how you feel when you have to leave your bedroom to get groceries in the middle of your heartbreak. Anyways, the ride goes on, and I won't spoil the ending for you, but I will tell you that there are 2 different exits or endings to this heartbreak experience, and you get to choose which one. You get to decide how the heartbreak dissipates. You gotta go. Beyond the romantic breakup, there are lots of other kinds of heartbreak. Getting fired from a job, breaking up with a friend, or getting dumped from your band. That is a very special kind of breakup. Almost worse than the romantic one in some ways because it's with a group of people. And at least most of the people in it have agreed that you don't cut it. Reasons. Either you suck, that hurts, or you are okay, but your personality sucks, that hurts too. Or you are a really great player, but you are also so weird that you're driving everyone nuts. Well, none of those reasons feel any good. To be rejected by such an intimate group of people can leave a mark, for sure. And the nature of bands, frequently formed during teenage years, ripe with asshole moves, means the tactics for removing a member, telling them they aren't going to get to play on that first album, or they won't get to take that first tour out west, are legendary and painful. My favorite story comes from Toronto. And the member about to be dumped, the bass player, was first to show up at rehearsal. Now that in itself was highly unusual. Punctuality was never his strength. No, today, the rest of the band had told him the rehearsal started an hour earlier than it actually did. The rest of the band was actually in an adjoining room, and after a good while of waiting about, the about-to-be-rejected bass player was sitting there wondering where everyone was. And then the door opened, and the guitar player threw a cardboard box into the room and shut the door behind him. Scrawled on the box was written, "You are out of the band." Mission accomplished. Heartbreak commencing. But the connection between breaking up and boxes is a strong one. Think about how falling in love usually leads to moving. Moving means lots of boxes. I always resisted moving in with anyone because I couldn't bear the thought of moving out. It would be so painful. It made me think very hard before I took the plunge. My heart comes and goes in boxes, arriving out of breath at the top of the stairs, unpacked, laid out for all to see. Moving through rooms, I see bits of myself, reminding me of someone I once was. And when I go, I know what goes with me. Wounded and wrapped, boxes labeled unfairly, carried down the stairs on a windy day, only to be cut open again in a recovery room halfway across the city. Do you remember your first heartbreak? Not the grade 5 one, although that hurt, but mostly I just remember being confused. I felt more like I was playing pretend at having a boyfriend. No, I mean the one that came with that realization, oh, this is love. That one. I remember devastation, because I thought I had figured out my whole life once I found my first real boyfriend and fell in love. We would finish high school, get married, and live out the rest of our lives together. He would continue to work at Big Steel at the mall, and I would be a famous actress. It was not to be. The famous actress and the first love. Go figure. That heartbreak was messy, and it was a long time ago. But as a mother, watching your child's heart break for the first time, it all comes flooding back. Remember the shock that heartbreak was actually a physical thing. That my chest hurt. I felt sick to my stomach. My head hurt. That blew my mind. That love was not just a mind drug. My whole body felt love. It ran through my veins. It was under my skin, and love had taken over my whole body. And when that love was gone, every part of me ached. I had thought that love could be reduced to almost greeting card cliches, a simple set of instructions, really, a game easily played by following social conventions. You date, you go steady, you proclaim love, and you're in. But that first heartbreak, when you learn how deeply love embeds itself, was terrifying. I thought I'll never fall in love again. This was just too much. There's too much pain. It's too hard. And that first heartbreak, you never actually know if you're going to get over it. It might have the power to kill you. And your parents with their pitying looks telling you it will get better. But they know nothing. They never had a love like yours. In everything that we encounter on this road to adulthood, having our heart broken, understanding the depth and incredible power of love must be the life lesson that cuts the deepest. But here's where life kicks things up a notch. Heartbreak happens when things go right. Even the most successful marriage has its heartbreaks. As a parent, your heart gets broken regularly. Anything we care about deeply will break us at some point. The lesson of the heartbreak is about learning how to let go to what we hold on to so tightly, maybe too tightly. Broken hearts stitch our life story together. They reveal what we cared about, what was important, and how well we learned that hard lesson of how to let go. To learn that love is not a feeling, but a force, ruled by physics, pushing, pulling, and sometimes paralyzing, born through chemistry, but from a secret periodic table, new elements revealed through every broken heart. That love is a galaxy that wants to welcome us back, heartbreak after heartbreak. I wonder how many of us listening are in the middle of a heartbreak right now. Well, this is for you. Hi, I'm Lori Brown, and I hear your relationship is over. Ay, ay, ay. That hurts. It doesn't matter whether you saw it coming, if it's for the best, if it was doomed from day one, it still hurts. It doesn't matter whose fault it is, who dumped who, what he said, what she said. It all just sucks. what to do with this broken heart of yours. Your heart that would rather stay in bed and say, "Leave me alone." Well, that just won't work. Your heart needs to go where you go, to the grocery store, to work. Your broken heart needs to take out the garbage and catch the bus. It's too much to ask, I know, but no one asked, did they? And that is how a broken heart gets mended. It's mended by the world. The friendly cashier at the grocery store, the person who held the door for you this morning, the co-worker with the kind word when you told him, people you know or don't know, a beautiful piece of music, a painting, a soft touch, a sunset. They are all working hard to close that hole in your chest. Those things will happen, but they will happen way too slowly. Sometime, but not now. You're going to be able to look back at this relationship and figure out what part you played in its demise. And I hope you do, because we all need to learn how to be better partners and know what we need in a relationship and how to ask for it and what to give of ourselves to a partner. But right now, you need to take care of your battered heart and show yourself compassion and empathy and care, because contrary to what your bitter, angry brain is telling you, you are worthy of love, and you will love and be loved again. You'll probably have your heart broken again too. Oh no, there, I've gone too far. But isn't that the point of everything? To get better at giving love and learning how to accept someone else's love? One day, you'll be back at the grocery store and you will suddenly realize that you feel lighter, that something has changed, that life looks a little better, and you with it. Hell, the whole world looks better. Until then, breathe, wash your hair occasionally, and be kind to your heart as it repairs, because it has a lot more loving to do.